Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Scourge League 3.16. In this episode, I'm going to be showcasing how to do It That Fled for Ricci, Chimeria, Graphicus, Research Intervention safe houses to farm pure Chayula Breachstones and Scarabs and White Sockets. It's going to be absolutely sick. It's so easy. It blows my mind at how easy it is. And at the end, I'll evaluate it versus the Killing the Mastermind with 4 stars and which one I think is better for money making. Stay tuned until the end. Can we get 120 likes on this video? Ooh, we're asking for more. Alright, so I've actually made a PowerPoint for this. We have the 3.16 Syndicate June, and I put here that we're targeting It That Fled Research and Verici, and then Chimeria, Graphicus, and Intervention. And so I put a lot of nice information here together for us. So in the top right, I like to start with a picture. We have this nice picture of those are the 4 key people that we're going to be using today. Main idea is these 4 people in those spots, and they're the key people. So on a fresh syndicate board, you try to find these 4 key people, and if you find someone else in the intervention or research in the beginning, I would recommend actually ranking them up, rank up their stars, and then interrogate them when they're like 2 or 3 for the intelligence, because to see a safe house leader, you actually need 50% intelligence revealed before they will show up in a June mission. If you have 0 to 50, well, 0 to 49, you cannot find that safe house leader, so you're actually wasting June missions, and you need to get that safe house leader to 50%. So of course, our goal in the beginning when you have a blank board is to find these 4 people, and so you want to see as many of the people as possible, because there's a chance that you don't even have it on the board. But we need to see all 4 safe house leaders to look for our 4 people to be able to move them around. When offered to remove a member from the syndicate, you should do this, unless they're one of the main 4 key people, of course. You don't want to remove Chimeria, Graphicus, Verici, It That Fled. Anyone else, remove them. There are more syndicate members available than can actually fit on the board, so it's possible some aren't even on the board yet. So you need to remove until you, you could literally show all the people on your board and you might be missing It That Fled. That would really suck. So naturally rank people up, interrogate to get all the safe houses to 50%. So usually you interrogate when you have the safe house, when you have the star of the people at like 2 or 3. And if you get an option to interrogate, and if your option isn't to rank up and it sucks, like it's better just to interrogate. And then they come out and you just can star them up again. But yeah, 50% is the goal on the safe houses. And then accept any offer to move the key people to their safe house sections, obviously. Next, more ideas. If one of the key people is in another safe house, just interrogate them, pulling them out of the safe house. And then you also get the intelligence, and then you do another June mission and skip on moving them to any wrong location. For example, only put It That Fled in research. If you get offered transportation, skip. Don't run the safe houses while building your board unless it doesn't mess up your setup. Running a safe house will de-rank the leader and put them in interrogation. Moving a lower ranked member into the leadership and should be done with caution. Okay, it can mess stuff up if you're trying to set something up, especially for your research and intervention. Maybe you want to wait on those, but you can also use it to put in It That Fled or Verici, etc. It's very nice that way after. During this process of looking for the key people on the board, revealing members, ranking them up, getting safe house intelligence, removing members, moving them around. One important thing is, I have this nice picture of the rest of the members. You can make connections in the syndicate with members. Allies and rivals. You want to only make connections from the key people to the other members. Do not make connections between other members. Key people, other members, only. Not between members. Why? This makes it so while running research and intervention later, the other members that we stashed away in transportation and fortification as shown in the picture can come to fight alongside them, but giving research and intervention intelligence 5 head. What? Wait, so when you're doing a research and encounter later, these guys can show up and then they actually give the intelligence of the research because you're doing an research encounter. It's really cool. And so having these start up, and then you get to sacrifice them for the other one, and you keep them start up obviously here, and you don't sacrifice them for transportation or fortification because that would be a waste. You only really care about your research and your intervention. And actually, a side note that I didn't write here is when you have all this set up, you don't actually want to fill in these two safe houses anymore. You don't want this intelligence. You only want research and intervention because this can mess stuff up. You don't want these because when you have a safe house maxed out at 100%, it no longer shows up. You cannot find that safe house in the encounter, which means instead of finding three June encounters in a map, you'll find like two. And if you have two safe houses, you might even find one. And then we have this very important thing. So I mentioned the allies and rivals, and I show a picture of a lot of allies and some rivals, right? But I recommend doing more rivals, to be honest. I tested it just to make sure. Allies offers more options of moving around, swapping places, which I liked in the past because I like to be able to fix my board because I was learning long when I was learning the game. But Rivals offers more executions. And what's an execution? Intelligence without losing stars. So you know how I said you'd have to interrogate these other people and then they somehow give research intelligence because you're actually doing a research encounter? Well, if they're rivaled instead of allied, you don't have to even interrogate them. Sometimes you'll get execute, which just gives straight up fat intelligence, pretty much better or as good as interrogating. And then the difference is with interrogating, it can mess stuff up because you're lowering their star and then they can come into the research or intervention. You'd have to skip them or get rid of them, and it's really annoying. And then you have to re-star them up again, where rivals is just preferred. And then profit. So now that you have the key people in their locations, you can run June missions, rank up the key people, and farm the intelligence from the rival connections. I realized I said rank up the key people, but I wasn't specific enough, and I think I should be more specific. So what I mean by that is rank them up to 3 stars for these rewards. To get this stuff that I list here, Gilded Sulfite, Gilded Div, the 1 to 3 White Socket, and the Pure Chayula, you need to have rank 3 when you do the safe house of each of the people in the okay, very important. And then to be able to get the person in an encounter, like I said earlier in the presentation, you need to get like if they're the safe house leader, you can't find a safe house leader until it's 50% intelligence, so don't forget about that. If you're trying to get like it that fled 3-starred, you have to have his bar at 50%. And then I literally found him one encounter after this. It was really nice. Easy Pure Chayula Breachstones, 1 to 3 White Socket Varici, Sulfite and Divination Scarabs. You could actually, also I realized that you technically don't have to do Chimeria Graphicus. You could do any Scarab of your choice if you're SSF. You just go to any Google cheat sheet for this and you just look up which scarab you want and you would choose those instead of this. Just use this guide for anything you want. Perfect. It's really amazing that you could target farm anything you want out of the June encounter. Chayula Breachstone, Pure Chayula Breachstones are really sick. And then once a safe house gets to 100%, just make sure everyone has a 1-star rank or higher, and it's only those 2 key people in research and intervention. The reason I say this is because when you defeat a safe house, to make the new leader, it looks for someone without a rank. And so when there's only the 2 in research, giving you an example, let's say we have It That Fled and Varici, and you run the Varici safe house, both of them get deranked. One goes to interrogation, one goes up to the leader because there's only 2. But if you had another one unranked, it can mess it up, so be careful. Make sure everyone has 1 star and is in a place, which I'm pretty sure that they have. If they have a star, they're already in a place. That's why by saying 1-star rank, it's simple. Very important. Don't run the mastermind. This will reset your board and all the progress you have, unless that's what you want. Now the second part of the video where I'll go into detail comparing this to my old strategy, which is killing the mastermind with 3-star people in every single safe house and just having the massive amount of loot in a giant mastermind encounter, and it's disgusting and huge, and I'd like to discuss that compared to this. Our other option is to fight Katarina, kill her, and get some extra rewards. So not only could we get the rewards from, executing her. Got the staff, that's pretty fun. Gilded stuff. Now my biggest complaint about doing the other method, it's really cool at getting pure Chayula Breachstones, right? But when those scarabs you get in intervention, gilded. You can get winged here. So yeah, the main difference for me is the winged scarabs, I think, makes the diff. Yeah, like, so you can't get... Yeah, that's really crazy. That's really cool. Winged scarabs are really, really sick, and you can't get that in the tier 3, and that's special to Mastermind. It's really sick. Femurs of the same. Wing sulfite. You can't get those. Modify Breachstone ×2. So if you did it that flood in research, you get 2. Unlike the normal one where you only have 1, they actually moved it to the tier 4, and they nerfed the tier 3 by half, which is actually a huge nerf to targeting pure Chayulas. And so honestly, I really recommend doing the 3 stars and then doing the mastermind, and obviously you can still move them to designated spots if you get the option, but I wouldn't have that as the highest priority. I would just get them all 3-star, run the mastermind, easy clap. Like, you get your safe houses, you get the safe houses done, and you get your mastermind, and you could do this way you could do Ashling 4 in research, and you get your extra Ashling unveil thing where you remove a mod and add a veil mod. That's really powerful. So overall, I actually think that I still like my old strategy better, but this is very useful, that in a race or an event or SSF even, maybe you could try to get your own pure Chayulas. It's pretty profitable too, but I think I like the Mastermind more, and it's way easier. It doesn't require all that. You just set up the safe houses, get the 3 stars, especially you could use the Atlas passive in Haywork to have the faster 3 stars. But overall, both methods really sick. Both really make June really good. And thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, hey, let's hit that 125 likes. Like I said, thank you guys so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!